Hello, I'm Hayden Bloomfield. Welcome to my channel. To jump straight into what is the purpose of this. So, firstly, this is me documenting my journey on building sustainable wealth as well as a sustainable lifestyle. So, as I look forward and start planning, setting goals, looking at how I want my lifestyle to develop, I want to equally have enough wealth to sustain that lifestyle without essentially working, as it were. Still want to work, but just do work that's driven by my purpose rather than by having to clock in and make an hourly wage. And secondly, I'm very environmentally driven, so I want to ensure that the lifestyle I lead will sustain the planet in the sense that it won't cause any detriment to it, and it will in fact benefit the planet by my lifestyle existing rather than causing any harm. And in building this channel, it's all about documenting those lessons and those journeys and hopefully create a lot of great value content for you guys. And a lot of that is going to be based around reflecting and improving. So me looking at all the mistakes I make, especially as this is the first video, so it's going to be awful. So anything above awful, standing ovation, please. And as well, that is on your part, just reflect. That's what I'm doing, reflect and improve. So just feedback, what's good, what's crap, what's working, what's not, just so I can see how I can tweak it. Any tips, greatly appreciated. I'm not very physiographic. Yeah, I'm not very skilled in this kind of work, but that's why I'm doing it and giving it a go. And lastly, purpose to build relationships. I want to build my network, and I think the key, or I believe the key to building sustainable wealth and a sustainable lifestyle, so many key elements of that will be from getting to know a great network of people that are all driven to equal parts to build these types of things and learn together, see what we can take from each other. And as well, I want to make sure I document those conversations in the form of the channel podcast so that it can help be shared out there to just inspire and motivate other people, and as well just bounce around knowledge, ideas, see where we go. And this channel's all sort of started up from in my own lifestyle. I've always liked creating content. I'm very creative. I like to have a tangible result. And what it is I've got my own company in grounds maintenance, gardening, tree surgery. And recently we survived COVID, managed to grow throughout all of that. But it's then, as we were coming out of COVID, had a lot of challenges and actually lost pretty much all my staff. And then it was just down to me. So when that happened, obviously it was quite devastating to see everything shrink down and losing team members, losing and struggling to fit work in and just being bombarded with the amount of work, and just then having to face communicating with clients as to why we can't get stuff done or why there's so many changes around, why everything's so last minute. And so with all of that, I suppose emotionally and mentally for me, that was a big slap in the face in terms of seeing all that hard work I'd done just sort of take so many steps backwards. And it really hit me with, I was having a conversation with my best friend and was talking about trips and stuff we'd been on. Side note, my hobby for many years has been skateboarding. So I've travelled the world and gone filming in all sorts of different countries, working on video parts and such. So it was just in a conversation with my best mate. One of the things we discussed is just, I remember that time in Copenhagen, and it was actually a time I wasn't there because on the last trip I didn't go because I'd put so much energy into my business. I was just working constantly. And that's where we fall into the sustainable lifestyle of equally environmental, but equally those moments in life that finding the balance between working your ass off and achieving something and actually spending time with your friends and family and making memories. So just that statement of, oh, you weren't there that time, it just hit me like, no, I wasn't there because I was working so hard. I just ignored the idea of going away. And at the time, my mindset was like, oh no, I'm actually quite impressed. I can't go away because I'm working so much. And now when the company took that fall, it kind of was a slap in the face reality, as I said, that I worked so hard and then it's just come back to where I was 2 years ago. Equally, well, on that note though, while the company's shrunk down and it's back where it was a couple of years ago, on the other hand, myself, I've learned a lot. The knowledge I have compared to what I had 2 years ago has grown immensely, and just the other opportunities I've got to work with have equally grown immensely. So that's where this channel comes into it, is on the one hand is looking at, wow, although I've gone through tough times, it's looking at what is valuable there and how can I share that. And maybe there's someone in a similar situation that this can be an asset to, and they can utilize this information, or they can have information that they're already steps ahead of me and they can feed back to me and go, oh, do you know what, you're going through this, well, here's some ideas, here's the point of it. And also the other reason is that with that all happening with the company and it shrinking down, is that when I look back, I like things to be tangible, and it's hard to look back on something that shrunk down and see what the tangible assets are. I mean, yeah, you've got your customers, but you're struggling to serve them and such, and you've got a bank account that you can look at how much money's in it, but there's nothing tangible. And what the potential I saw in this YouTube channel is that, or documented any kind of content in terms of podcast, YouTube channel, etc. What I saw there is a way to create this asset that just builds, and it builds on my confidence, it builds on my communication skills. Again, something that I have a huge flaw in is communication skills. So hence another reason to start a channel. And if I do go through, well, we all will go through peaks and troughs, but in the next trough, if that's 6 months, 1 year, however long down the line, if I'm consistent with these videos, it will be, yes, there's challenges and things have gone wrong. However, look at essentially the digital asset I've produced there. There is this content, there's this channel with however many videos that I've produced weekly, and that can be something tangible for me to step back and go, no, look, you have been working, you've done some great things, and you've created some great content, hopefully. And so I feel like it's a way of me building my own confidence, as I said, a way to build on my communication skills, and a way for me to just in my own mental state of, I wouldn't say, yeah, I'm a very happy person, always am, but it's just something to sort of build a solid foundation of like, yeah, this is something productive you've done, you've achieved, you've created. And so I've set myself the goal. The goal is I'm going to create a weekly video for 2 years. So that's for 2 years, this will be an experiment of creating a video every week, upload it, ensure the golden rule is that video is uploaded once every week for 2 years. And after those 2 years, that's when I'll have enough data, build up strong content of data to see what's worked, what's not, what I've learned, and just have that content there as that foundation, as a portfolio that I can utilize and leverage in, ways that I don't even know yet. And this isn't about hitting targets. I haven't got any targets with likes, comments, subscribers or anything, because I think this is all around what I want to create. And if there's people, I could be talking to no one and I will never ever talk to anyone. It could be 2 years time and I've got not a single view, but that's fine, because it's all about me building the portfolio that I want, the content that I want. But I do want it to get out to people. I do want to build a network and a community, but I'll do that face to face with people. But equally, if I can do it through the YouTube channel, incredible. So we'll see how it goes, see what the experiment's like, and after 2 years, I'll check in at like different intervals, like every quarter, and see how it's going. But yeah, I guess the reason I've set 2 years is because I don't want to be put off by the idea that I could do it for a year and not feel the results. So the key is do it for 2 years, push yourself through, upload that video every week. It's going to be a mix of content, a lot of talk around business. Like I've got a business, I've done a lot of studying into business. It's going to be a lot of talking to financials, both in business expenditure and personal, just little tips and tricks, as well as just budgeting and a lot of things around what I've learned since leaving like school and such, the amount of key lessons, finding time, balancing time management, all that sort of thing, and looking at intrinsic, extrinsic goals and aspirations, all kinds of different things. So tune in, click the like button, hit subscribe if you fancy it, tell all your friends and family. Let's get going.